I would say that's a
so
possible
on.
cause.
What other causes might there be to this phenomenon?
Oh, murder! You have...
It's okay.
Some people said we should have never built here. That could be a bad idea. Because there's really no telling what could happen when you build on Indian holy ground.
Maybe we should wake them up a little bit.
We come to you with an open mind. All we want is to experience your presence.
Some say it's aliens, but that's just dumb.
That wasn't you? I thought you bumped into a chair.
No, it was behind you. It came from behind you, over your shoulder.
People say we sacrifice virgins all the time. They ain't virgins.
I once ate a human foot. Why?
Whoa.
Okay, what the f just happened?
It's going...
It's unreal.
Okay.
Right? Right?
Oh, you know, they think that we just do weird wizard things. You know, that we fly around on brooms or make spells or cut people in half, you know. Only some of these things are true, though.
This week, in the far reaches of Austin, Texas, lies a 4-story wizard tower built on sacred land. Reports of supernatural activity plague the visitors and residents of the estate. But to find hard proof, they had to call the paranormal rogues.
This tower's been here at least 15 years. The tower's been here 15 years. I'm Brad Whittington. I'm the erstwhile historian of the Wizard Academy. People tell me they have experienced supernatural phenomenon in the tower. And I say, you're probably right, but I don't think so. How many murders have happened here in the tower? I don't think we have an accurate count. 2.5 to 3. According to the authorities, 0.
Oh yeah, lots of people have complained about what goes on in here, but some of them are scared, some of them maybe find it interesting, maybe a little attractive, but really you just, it's really a mystery. It's one big mystery. Before we built this tower, no one really knows what happened out here. This wizard's tower is full of hundreds, maybe even thousands of artifacts that range from hundreds to thousands of years old, each one with their own story. There's this bell right here. Over 600 years old, it came off of a shipwreck. You know what they say about a bell is the soul of the ship and the voice of its men. Sometimes you can hear their voices.
Those aren't coyotes, those are spirit animals. And once you know the truth, you will find your spirit animal. Mine is the coyote. The neighbors, they come here thinking it may be a cult, but whenever they experience what we have to offer, they realize it's not a cult, it's a movement. This one time I was walking through the tower. It was the middle of the night. I was alone and it was dark, and I walked into the library.
There are books in the library that in some places are totally forbidden.
I felt this abyss of loneliness, of dark, unfathomable loneliness.
Cold shivers, spontaneous combustion, flames everywhere. Would I sleep here overnight for $100 tonight? I don't think so.
All right, well, some people, they'll be upstairs, while the class is going, and you'll hear footsteps going up and down the stairs. Sometimes they feel really far away. Sometimes they feel right next to you. And I've heard many people say they hear footsteps in the tower. I've heard people talking about doors shut and doors opening, places where you're cold, places where you're hot, children laughing. I've even heard people say they didn't hear children laughing. Because if you're in a place you can't hear children laughing, what does that mean? Right?
If you tempt the spirits to come upon you, be prepared.
All right, Murphy. This is a genuine wizard's tower built on legitimate Indian holy ground. We've had stories of ghost coyote, children laughing, hot areas, cold areas, spectral presences. How do we want to test for this?
For EVP, we've got our Zoom audio recorder.
Okay, because there are stories of ghost voices showing up on electronic equipment.
In case we see anything, we can document it. We've got camera with infrared.
Ghost apparitions,
Yep.
photographs. We could look for orbs, that kind of thing.
Yep. We have EMF detector.
Ooh, I like it.
Ghosts can be detected by disruptions in the electromagnetic spectrum.
All right. With dowsing rods, they should just point straight unless you're in the presence of kind of spectral hands that will cross them over.
Okay.
And you can get answers from the spirits that way.
And of course, our old friend, the
Our
Ouija
old
board.
friend, the Ouija board. And of course, the test for the hot and cold stuff, we got a top of the line FLIR camera. There you go.
Now it's possible.
Your nose is super cold. I'm
don't know what that
judging. I'm
means.
not judging you, but like compared to the rest of your body,
How dare you?
You have a cold nose. Okay, so I know that we want to give this our very best try that we can. And if there are ghosts in the area, which by the way, statistically, people have to have died around here at some point, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess we got to reduce all the outside influences. We got to eliminate light. We got to keep it quiet so that we can hear whatever sounds there are to hear.
Yeah, and then I think maybe we do a walk around with the infrared camera.
Okay.
And just do some exploring.
All right, here,
and
I'm
then
gonna start pressing record right now.
Okay.
There we go. All right, we're on the record. Check, 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 check.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep, we've got infrared here, so we won't be blind. Let's go ahead and turn off the lights.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, here we go. You ready?
You get the left, I'll get the right.
Let the investigation commence. It's a little creepier.
Significantly. Whoa.
You all right?
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
this actually works pretty well.
Yeah? Listen up, spirits. Starting now, we come to you with an open mind. All we want is to experience your presence.
Ancient spirits, we mean you no harm. If you have a message for us to pass on, please say it now.
Your message can be in the form of sound, in the form of feeling, or show us your form. Let's take a look at the FLIR.
You're detecting heat signatures on there, so we should be able to see if there are any cold spots or any inordinately warm spots throughout the room.
Okay, this is messed up. Because
seeing-
there's a cold, like a figure. That's a body.
I see it.
That's a body. What is going on? There's a cold, like a figure. That's a body.
I see it.
That's a body.
If there's a spirit in the room, speak to us now. We mean you no harm.
That's a freaking head. That's like an alien head.
Why is it? I'm trying to think of a
Dude, it just
rational...
melted away.
What is that? Okay, I'm gonna go around and see if I can get it from a different angle. I'm not getting any sort of disturbance on infrared or anything
Dude, I
like
can see
that.
it plain as day. You're almost in front of it. Take 3 steps to the right, and I bet you could touch the damn thing. You're right there. Do you feel any coldness or presence?
I feel like we're not welcome here.
Dude, what the?
What was that noise?
That's what I'm saying. Do you feel any coldness or presence?
I feel like we're not welcome here.
Dude, what the?
Like we're not welcome. That wasn't you? I thought you bumped into
No,
a chair.
no. It was behind you. It came from behind you, over your shoulder.
Yeah, I feel like we're not wanted here. It's kind of like a general sense of dread, right?
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna try the next floor.
Yeah. Look at the EMF meter. It's pulsing like a heartbeat. Okay, look at that. Right up top, there's a patch of cold right up there at the very top.
Oh, you son of a...
Sorry, ghosts.
See, that's me. I'm the one that does that.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, what the just happened? Yeah. Because there.
Did you?
No.
You didn't press it.
I pinky swear.
You seriously didn't? Okay.
Okay. For reals time.
And there's Bryce. And there's Brant on the other side of the room.
Are you kidding me? I have never seen that happen here before.
Okay, I got.
Because nobody pressed it.
Yeah.
Elevators know when somebody's supposed to be getting out, and they wait. So if somebody did press 3, it would have opened up and then sat there. Like that was some shit, right?
Yeah, that was creepy.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. How does it feel?
Good. I love being scared. This is the best thing ever. This is the best thing we've ever done. Was that you?
No, it was me.
Okay. Here. Oops. The table just manifested in front of me. So right now, we're at total baseline. We have 0 activity.
I'd like to call out to the spirits in the room now. We are recording. We would like to communicate with you. If you have some message that you would like to pass on, please speak now.
And may I remind you, spirits, that we're sort of a big deal on the internet. A lot of people can hear your message.
We almost have 500,000 subscribers.
Almost. So. There is like a rhythmic pulse.
Really? From the EMF?
Yeah, it just sort of bobs up and down.
Oh.
Dude, come here. Look at this. So, perfectly still, right?
Yeah.
Tell me you don't see that moving.
Oh yeah, there's something.
It's like it's right here at this lectern. God, are you hearing those voices?
I am, yeah.
Let's go upstairs. This is their home, and then suddenly it's invaded and built upon by interlopers, right? I can't imagine they'd be friendly.
Whoa. This was fully charged, and it just died on me. The battery is completely drained. It's never been used before, until tonight.
Dude, that was like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So this, to me, might be the creepiest, right?
So we're in the library now. What the f***?
What is it?
Is everybody up here? Is everybody up here? I'm not f***ing around. That's a
That's a
figure.
shape. That's a person, dude.
That's a
That's a
figure.
shape. That's a person, dude.
There's...
Okay, stay here. No. Stay here.
Okay.
I'll go down there. Oh. It's Bryce.
But now I see off to my left, I don't know what it is, but it's hot. Okay, you're very close to it. You are very close to it. There's something very hot right in front of you.
Right here?
A little bit farther forward. It's like a glowing orb of heat.
It's that lectern again. This is where you were seeing the needle jump.
Yes.
On the EMF. It's the same spot.
Yes. All right, look, here, get up here.
Jinkies, Brian.
Zoinks! We've discovered a hidden passage. Hang on, I think I might know the code. Oh,
It's unlocked?
They always keep this locked. Like that's policy. Because it's the whiskey vault.
Oh man, and it's really,
It is cold.
it's really cold in here. Brian?
What?
Can you feel it?
No.
There's so many spirits in here.
It's an entire vault of spirits.
I'm sorry. Wah, wah.
What was up with that elevator?
That was super creepy. There are no like motion detectors in front of the elevators.
Do you feel that warmth?
Yeah.
It's like claustrophobic. It's like a choking anxiety.
It is significantly warmer here than it was in the whiskey vault by 10, 15 degrees.
They say you should be able to hear the coyotes circling around. They say they move in a pack in a circle all the way around the grounds. Dude, the light just went out.
What?
I wanted to take the elevator back down to see if it would end up on the 3rd floor. And it was like at that moment when I had that thought, the candle just went right out.
Oh, the candle went out. Oh.
All right, look, I'm just up. I'm going downstairs.
Okay.
So I'm surprised that the EMF hasn't shown us anything, right?
We've gotten some strange pulses.
But they're super weak. I would have expected something so much more. Dude, do you feel that? What does the FLIR say? Because I'm feeling a wave of cold right now.
You're surrounded by it. It seems like it's clinging to you almost.
I have this bizarre, like I just want to go. I want to go. I don't want to be here.
Okay. Yeah, you're feeling what I felt when I was near the cold spot downstairs.
Yeah, right? Do you ever have those dark thoughts like, what if right now this is all an illusion? And what if we're the ghosts? What if we're the lights and the presence, constantly and forever in this tower, disconnected from reality?
Now you're creeping me out. Was that a gong? Hello?
Spirits, if you're here, we only want to know you're here. Are you kidding me?
There's so many weird heat signatures coming from around the lectern.
Well, I mean, this is the heart. This is where the teachers and people talk about how they get inspired. It's really light on EMF. See, that's doubly weird, right? You would expect if there's any kind of electronics, it can't be electronics heat or cold or any of that because we're getting nothing on EMF. Nothing. It's dead. All right, let's go to the banquet hall. God, it's like I never thought I'd be so excited for a little bit of light. I hate it when I do that. Okay.
You getting something?
Yeah, very much so. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, there is something So no temperature signatures, right?
No, there's something.
Dude, this EMF is off the charts.
There's something in there. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Jeez.
Yeah, look at that.
That's like a column of energy.
It's going.
It's unreal.
Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Jeez.
Yeah, look at that.
That's like a column of energy.
It's going.
It's unreal, and it's in a kitchen. There's no.
I can't think of anything in here that would be giving off signals.
Well, and the weird part is that it gets. Look at this. Right now we're in the middle of it, and it's less. I'm sorry. What do you?
Wait.
What the is happening?
Do you?
Yeah, that is as plain as goddamn day, a body, and there is nobody there. Okay, this is up. No. This is off the charts, freaking out, and I saw a body. It just went dead.
It just stopped?
Yeah. Look at it. It's in the black now. I mean, this is where the body was, right?
Yeah, it was right there.
And it was right here. It was crouching down, right?
Well, it was standing and then it crouched.
Right.
Like right where you're at.
There's nobody here.
No.
And if this door, look at this. If this, number one, it's locked.
No, there was nobody in here. I mean, it's dark in here, but it's not that dark. I've legitimately got goose flesh.
Dude, I'm getting out of here. Okay, again, this portal, this door, there's something up. Like, Jesus, why does it go nuts here? There's nothing here. It is off the charts. Okay, this is up. This is seriously messed up.
Yeah. All right, let's get the dowsing rods.
The light just blew itself out.
Okay, yeah, let's go downstairs.
There is something to that area. There is something
Well, do you want to bring
on.
the dowsing rods up here?
I mean, I got to be honest.
You think we've got enough for that?
I mean, you know what? I think I've had enough. Period.
Yeah?
Full stop.
Okay.
Super haunted.
Okay.
Super haunted.
Yeah.
This place, super haunted.
It's enough proof for me. I mean, the
I mean,
way...
what you gonna hold
Yeah.
the dowsing rods and then suddenly you're gonna see something different?
No, we
besides
definitely...
the apparition and the EMF going nuts. Look at this. The moment I said we're leaving,
It goes dark?
it's dead. Nothing.
I mean, that's a clear message to me.
I'm hearing it loud and clear.
Yeah,
It says turn on the lights and get the out.
Yeah, let's not come back until we have proton packs.
I mean, that was legit. The elevator. We didn't even mention the elevator.
The elevator, yeah. What was that about?
Dude,
I keep checking over my shoulder.
I don't blame you, man. Let's turn on the lights. I don't.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Serious talk for a second? Mm-hmm. Like, there are coincidences, and then there are coincidences. And it's like, you're telling me
What?
the
What? It just... What? Ah, okay.
right? Right? I mean, there's
I keep thinking, did Brian sneak over there and push the button?
they can't, they're right here.
No,
Bryce and Branch are right here.
But I would have seen you.
No, and that was the weird part, is that out of the corner of my eye, like I was able to see, I was looking at you, but I would have seen the red light if any prankster had hit it, and there was no red light on there.
And you've been here a lot. You've never seen that happen.
No, never.
Maybe next time, if it happens again, we should get in?
I am not. There's invitations and then there's invitations. I mean,
oh yeah. If any place that we've been has something haunted, it's this place, right?
yeah. So we had full-on heat signatures in the shape of bodies that vanish. We have EMF where nothing is nearby because we brought it near other devices and it did nothing. But then for some reason that portal, it was like a hotbed of energy.
Distinct fluctuations in temperature. To one point when we were in the stairwell, it looked like the cold was clinging to you.
It was stifling up top, and you walk down, and it was like a horrible shroud enveloping you in there.
Mysterious noises.
Yeah.
Something that definitely sounded like voices.
Coincident, haunted elevator.
Twice.
For sure. Twice. That candle kept going out.
Candle kept blowing out.
Very specific moments.
Yeah. I'm going to say that's pretty conclusive, right?
I'll say this much. This place is as haunted as any other building on this planet.
I don't think
Which is to say, not at all. I mean, I used to love ghost hunting shows at one point.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to do it. You see it and you're like, I'm gonna go to the old high school.
And it's great to be scared. It's really fun to be scared. And then you hear a twig snap and you think, oh, it's the chupacabra, and you go run away and poop in your pants.
It's always a chupacabra and it always makes me poop my pants. Every time a twig snaps.
Anything you see on television, there's really only three possibilities. Either both the production team and the talent, they totally believe what's happening and they want to handle it as scientifically as possible. Those never make it to air because very rarely does anything interesting happen, and if something interesting does happen, very quickly they figure out why that actually happened.
Science isn't often TV exciting.
Oh, no, it's awful. It's boring. I mean, it's like those investigations are to actual scientific investigations as NCIS is to hacking. It's just nonsense, right?
Right.
Second possibility, everybody's in on it, everybody's faking. And there are those that make it to air, and they are exciting until you squint, you realize everybody's faking.
You realize, oh, this is a movie.
Yes.
Or a TV show.
And there are people who go through this experience and they so enjoy the notoriety and the storytelling of it that as if it's pro wrestling, off screen, at conventions, they'll take Q&As. We're like, what was it like for you to encounter that big scary ghost? And they just with a straight face, they'll be like, man, it was the scariest day of my life. When I saw the spirit of Hrothgar the Nord.
Hrothgar the Nord.
Hrothgar the Nord.
My favorite Skyrim NPC. What? Well, yeah, they don't want to break kayfabe.
Yeah.
And they don't want to reveal the falseness of their own endeavors.
So there are people actually scientifically trying. There are people who are charlatans who are faking everything. But my theory is almost all of these is a hybrid of the two. Because what people don't realize is that you don't have one team working together on one show. You have different sub-teams. And in many cases, we know of shows where the hosts genuinely are true believers in a thing. And the production staff, maybe not so much. And they all have different jobs. The host's job is to try to find the chupacabra. The production team's job is to make sure they see something at all.
Or hear something.
Okay, and tell about our friend. We won't name names.
Okay, we know that reality TV is kind of a misnomer,
Sure.
right? Let's imagine that you're out there in the woods and you're looking for some sort of cryptid, we'll say the chupacabra.
Right.
And you've been out there all day long and you're working on camera or whatever, and you guys, as they say at Spaceballs, we ain't found
Yes, exactly.
So you're looking around and you're like, we've been out here for 12 hours filming, we don't have an episode.
And keep in mind, as a member of production, it's like I have one job, and that is to come home with a story.
Yeah, and so you get on the radio and you go, Brian, go to channel 13.
Understood?
There is no channel 13.
Yeah, exactly, right? There's no 13, but then that's my moment to, while holding a camera, I reach over, pick up a rock, throw it over. Maybe I grab a wrench and just start slamming it on some pipes.
And then the hosts go, Chupacabra!
Yes!
Dios mío!
Yes, they freak out!
And they run over and they start investigating. Look at the tracks here. That's definitely Chupacabra. Oh, we have the remains of this animal here. That's clearly the sign of a Chupacabra because they do this
and that's just it. You nailed it. By going to channel 13, you provide a focal point. And once everybody starts focusing, this is the beauty of all ghost hunting, is you're not looking for anything to support any theory, because there is no theory. Instead, you set some ground rules. You say, feel too hot, feel too cold, hear weird noises, see weird things. You're basically hunting for anomalies. And of course, anomalies exist around us all the time.
Right.
But once you'll notice every single one of these begins with a story, a lens through which you should watch everything.
Yes.
Then, once you have that lens, every anomaly seems to support the theory. The philosopher Karl Popper once expressed that it doesn't matter how many pieces of bad evidence you have. All that matters is whether or not you can falsify a theory. And so all of the theories, all of the stories are written in such a way that there's no way to falsify it. All you can do is look for a bunch of little pieces of anomalies, stack them up in a pile and say, well, there must be a ghost.
Yes, everyone knows Occam's razor, that once you strip away all of the less likely things, the only possible thing left is your answer. And they don't do that. They say, let's find all of these things that fit ghost.
Another aspect of Occam's razor is they say, when you hear hoofbeats over the mountain, think horses, not unicorns, right? If you hear hoofbeats, very likely a horse, but your imagination, if you've been told, we're now in the mystical land of unicorns, and you hear hoofbeats, you think, oh, it's unicorns.
Yeah, and that knee-jerk reaction is millennia old.
Sure.
Of taking something and applying some sort of paranormal explanation to it. Just because you don't know what caused it or why this might be happening, that doesn't mean that it's a ghost.
This is the other perverse thing, is if your goal is to experience a ghost, the last thing you want to do is actually get to the bottom of what that sound was or what that flash of light is. Instead, the moment you experience it and you get to that mystery, you immediately walk away and say like, well, that's another piece added to the puzzle. I think it's important that we make it clear that we are not saying ghosts are or are not real. We are saying that the best of all the ghost hunting shows is still garbage evidence.
It's television.
Yes, number one, it's television. Their goal is not to be scientists. Their goal is to sell dish soap. That's why every single ad break begins with, what was that?
Yep.
Go to commercial.
Cut to commercial.
You come back, you're like, oh no, there was a shadow. It was really creepy. Anyway, let's keep looking, boys.
And every good TV show, fiction stuff, you write that to lead into the ad break so that people come back after the break.
Yep. Also remember that people have to edit all of this footage after the fact, and they have to make it wedge into the 3 ad break structure. So they're gonna put stuff out of order. They're gonna take quotes out of context so that people appear more terrified or something seems more exciting than it actually was.
Yeah.
I felt this abyss of loneliness, of dark, unfathomable loneliness. And the Spirit approached me. The Spirit came upon me. And then it said, do you need a towel?
They will have 24 hours of footage, and then the editors go in there and say, okay, let's make a 30-minute television show story out of this.
Yep.
And they have all these parts, and they're gonna chop them up and assemble them in whatever order is the most presentable and the most exciting.
I guess now's a good time for us to point out, we did this experiment about as authentically as we could with the idea of just trying to find anomalies that would scare the crap out of us.
Yeah, we immersed ourselves in this dark environment. We really kind of set the mood for a ghost hunting experience to really get into it and get into the spirit of it.
So to speak.
I didn't mean to do that. Feel bad for saying it. But yeah, we sank ourselves into it, and it was like we were just playing pretend.
People ask whether or not hypnosis is real, and the way I respond is, if you've ever laughed at a movie or cried at a movie, you have had a physical response to something that never happened to characters that never existed, but your brain makes it real. When you do ghost hunting, whatever your jeep jops and cleep clops are to find the ghost, you've built a narrative in your mind, and you're now ascribing meaning to every little thing that happens around you, and it can be genuinely terrifying. That's the one half, is that you have the ability to project onto these bits of information context that wouldn't exist in its own. You and I went into this knowing that it was all gonna be hokum, knowing that we were just looking for anomalies, but by the time it was over, within 15 minutes, I could hear in our discussions as we worked as a group almost to massage the memories, to clean them out, to make them more unbelievable than they were right there in the moment.
You were editing the content to make it more exciting than it was.
Yeah, and our brains are brilliant at that. That's why stories grow over time. That's why the telephone game works, is that your brain says, okay, yes, this was part of the story. That's not a relevant part of the story. Let's just drop that and tell the rest. And of course, you're sending a corrupted version of the story every time you tell it.
One of the things about this that drives me insane is the trappings of science that they try to place on it. It really is kind of the hallmark of pseudoscience.
Yeah, pseudoscience. My favorite definition comes from Dr. Michael Shermer, editor-in-chief of Skeptic magazine. Pseudoscience is claims that appear scientific even though they lack supporting evidence and plausibility. And in this case, you go out of your way to wear the trappings. You know, you wear exterminator suits if you're a Ghostbuster. You make sure to have gizmos that people don't understand, and then you can point to a wire going one way or the other and say, well, that wire definitely went somewhere. I assume that means ghosts. I don't know.
Yeah, and they take all of these things, but when you look at it, there's really no scientific backbone.
There's not even a logical backbone.
Right.
Basically, every piece of ghost hunting equipment is a noise factory.
Yes.
So you tell a story, if the needle moves, then that means there's a ghost. And then when the needle moves, which it will eventually, it's a very noisy environment, whether or not you see it in the daytime or not, then you have that electrified experience, and then you get any coincidence that happens after that is pure gold.
Right. And what's funny is that they say that they adopt, or a lot of the ghost hunters say that they adopt the scientific method. There's nothing scientific about it, but there is a method that you've adopted because you were doing the same thing over and over, but you're doing something over and over that doesn't work, like EMF and EVP and temperature fluctuations, because they tie all of these things to the presence of ghosts, but you haven't yet determined that ghosts are real. So how do you know that EMF is affecting ghosts? It's like, why don't you just wave your 3DS around and see what that does? Why turn out all the lights? What investigation has ever been helped by making it dark?
Well, and that's the thing, is what they're really seeking is that feeling of being scared, that vague feeling of a ghost presence around you. That is more likely to happen if you have the lights out and you're scared, because that's a biological response to being alone in the woods by yourself at night, is you're gonna be much more sensitive and much more scared. We're kind of adrenaline junkies looking for that moment, and that's fine. But what's not fine is telling the story afterwards and presenting it as though it's scientifically proved.
That's why I kept saying, I feel unwelcome here, because your feelings don't matter in a scientific experiment. They are irrelevant.
Okay, so let's talk through our experiment. We told ourselves a story, and we tried to, as best we could, manufacture a myth that was legitimate. It really was a sacred ground. They did affect where the Wizard Tower was able to be built, and so by internalizing that as much as we could, there were genuine moments. By the time we're over, if you go anomaly hunting, you will find anomalies.
Anywhere.
Yes, and really good ones too. That business with the elevator, I had no idea that was gonna happen.
That's the thing, we were so immersed in feeling it that Brant sends down an elevator. Suddenly, it's just like, see?
Well,
Something's happening.
And the best part, of course, Brant is over here, Bryce is over here, the elevator open, it can't be in here then.
Yeah.
Why would I invest, if my goal is to experience a ghost, well then something supernatural happens, then it's more tempting for me to say, a hit, I want a hit.
Yes.
Rather than to say like, all right, stop everything, which one of you guys did this?
Yeah. You want to find what you're looking for. That's just human nature. It's kind of like, if you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yes. All right, so let's go through the different ways that all of our gizmos pretty much were noise generators.
Okay, let's start with the audio.
EVP is electronic voice phenomenon, and the idea is simple. You've got some static, and if you listen really hard, you can hear what sounds like voices in the static. We talked about priming in the backmasking episode, where if you go in and you're told in advance there will be voices in there, you'll be able to hear them because your brain is really good at filtering based on what it expects to see. That's how all of magic works. On top of that, you can always quote unquote enhance any audio in there. Then you definitely start to find what you want. Do you feel any coldness or presence?
I feel like we're not welcome here.
Dude, what the because if you have a block of noise, you're like, that sounds peculiar, you can run it through a number of filters. Keep in mind, you're the one deciding which filter to run through, and you're like, that doesn't sound right. That sounds kind of like a voice. Now let me run that through a filter, and so on. In fact, that famous photo of Nessie, when you very clearly see this diamond-shaped fin underneath, that had been doctored to hell. So far, it was unrecognizable from the original source.
Wow, so it was like an 8th generation dub on a VHS.
Exactly.
It just gets more and more different from the original source material.
Exactly, and nowadays with computers, it's easier than ever to enhance something all the way to a place where it resembles nothing like what was originally there.
There's not a voice there, you're just taking noise and making it sound like a voice.
Correct,
and you're hearing a voice because you want to hear a voice.
And also keep in mind, in these situations, not everyone's on the same team. Maybe the hosts genuinely are looking for ghosts, maybe the production team is willing to oblige them.
The FLIR camera.
The FLIR camera worked better than I expected. It really does show the hot spots and the cold spots. What's great about it is by turning off the lights, you lack the context to figure out why a hot spot or a cold spot is there.
Right.
If I just look up and see a cold spot, I'd be like, that's mysterious. If the lights were on, I'd realize, oh, I'm definitely looking at the outtake valve of air conditioner.
Of an air conditioning thing, and that was one of the things where it said, yeah, you've got this aura of cold clinging to you. And that was something that I saw looking through the FLIR. I left out the part where I knew you were standing under an air conditioning vent.
Sure, sure.
You know, and that happens. There are going to be temperature anomalies, especially in a large building like the Wizard Academy.
Well, and think about old houses where you got pipes. You walk in, you're unfamiliar, you don't know how any of these pipes go. Maybe year after year, the pipes have been arranged in such a way that on the other side of this wall, it looks like a body. You would have no way to know that, and yet you would see the shape of the body, and aesthetically you would think, ooh, ghost, and then you would call that a hit.
And one thing that we learned that I didn't know is that reflective surfaces will reflect the heat signature of whatever's there.
Even while obscuring the visual signature. That was a brushed steel refrigerator that we were walking up to, and visually, everything was blurry that got reflected on it, but not on the heat signature. The heat signature, as pure and clean as day, was reflecting one of the cameramen, which is why, once he realized it, did something mysterious.
We're filming the refrigerator, and we've got this shape, and then all of a sudden it lowers out, because Brent is right here, and I didn't know it worked like that.
Okay, so this EMF thing, there's ghosts.
I'm out.
Whoa. It's a haunted
magnet.
Yeah, look at this. I thought electronics would certainly set this off, but I didn't realize natural magnetic fields would make it go nuts too.
It's essentially like the bug detector that we used in the spy episode.
And this is one of the logical leaps that messes with me. I understand this is a gizmo that shows anomalies, but nobody has explained the logic of why, as luminous spirit beings, we're able to radiate electromagnetic interference.
There is nothing that ties ghosts to magnetism. Not a thing. Somehow, and I don't know who, someone decided, well, it's a disruption in the magnetic frequency.
I mean, you can always make up a story, though. They call that the God of the gaps. Anytime you have A and B and you don't know what happens in between, you just make up a story about oh, well, that's God in between. Well, now we've discovered A 1.2, and you're like, okay, well, now there's two gods of mysteries in between those.
This one is one of the most popular selling EMF devices on Amazon. And what does it say on it?
The ghost meter.
The ghost meter. There is nothing that ties ghosts to magnetism. There never has been, and yet everyone just takes it as science.
Fight, 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 fight.
It makes me so angry.
Go take him, go take him, go take him.
It makes me so angry.
Oh, you don't even see him? You don't even see him? Oh no, he's not there.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Then you have the infrared cameras, the stuff that's able to see what you can't see with the naked eye, right?
Right.
Everything looks wacky and weird on infrared. Trees look fundamentally different. Your face looks different because you're radiating heat. Heat is infrared light. And any time you step outside of your normal 5 senses, you're going to get an unusual experience of feeling off kilter, of not understanding what you're looking at. And if your goal is to ascribe ghosts to anything unusual, you're gonna be able to ascribe ghosts to unusual.
One of the things that kills me about this is the lack of expertise in the professionals. Like, if you have bugs at your house, you call an exterminator. What is this exterminator's qualifications? Well, he trained here and he got this certificate and he knows how to use all these harmful chemicals and he knows the habits of insects because maybe he's an entomologist or something like that,
Sure.
right? He's got some qualifications. With ghost hunters, anyone can do it.
I would disagree because I think there is expertise, but the expertise is in making sure what your expertise in is the ability to make people believe they are in the presence of ghosts. And in that regard, there is expertise because the moment you come in, you prime them. You say, like, oh, this is an unusual house. Was it 70 years old? Oh my God, yeah, it was. It was built in the 1940s. Yeah, no, I thought so. You get into that cold reading John Edwards horse where you make people primed to experience a ghost experience, and then you make sure that one appears. So in that regard, I would say they are experts, just not in anything grounded in reality. They are experts in manufacturing terror and surprise in the minds of the people they work for.
All of this that we've said, everything that we've dissected, have you had any sort of paranormal experience in your life?
What's the quote? I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm scared of them. We could talk all day long, but when it's 2:30 at night and I just woke up from a nightmare, those sheets go right over my head. They're gonna protect me from the bad guys. What about you?
I've had a couple of things that have been very peculiar and creepy, and some of them really got to me. My logical brain, on the other hand, tells me, boo!
I could tell you were really there.
Yeah, I was. Son of a...
Sorry.
You pulled a Murphy! God damn you! It seems like every experience that I have and every experience that all of my friends and family have that they say, oh, I think it was a ghost, I think it was a ghost, it always happens when they're first waking up. And I'm like, yeah, because you're still dreaming. Your brain isn't all the way on yet. But then that's always countered with, or maybe that's when your brain can actually perceive the paranormal.
Of course.
It's like,
Yeah,
all right.
That's the Texas sharpshooter fallacy is you shoot the side of a barn, then you go and you draw a target right over wherever you hit. I'll tell you what, man, I can't say whether or not ghosts are real. I can say that one night, I think we did a fair approximation of what it's like to be in one of those ghost hunting shows.
So, what are we gonna do for next Halloween? Exorcism?
Actually, I say we propose 1 year from now, we do some big event. I want to do a group seance. Bring in an actual mentalist, a spiritualist, do a theatrical seance, and see how much we can scare the crap out of ourselves.
I'm in.
All right,
Yep.
done,
Yep.
and done.
Holy hell. Think we should go in? Hold on. Maybe we should go in.
Hold on. Actually, sorry, I just wanted to test it.
Okay.
I just wanted to see.